to Gaz's koi pond. Don't really know where to start. It's not been the best of weeks. Well, first of all, it started off pretty good. My new logoed hoodie and t-shirt turned up, which I got as a sample to see what they were like. I was quite happy with that, but sadly took a little bit of a turn for the worst. Unfortunately, I had to take my eldest dog to the vets and do that job that we all kind of hate. So 15.5 years she was with us. She went to sleep in the arms, and unfortunately no one came back home with us, so a bit gutted, guys. Bit of a shit video for that reason. Won't feel really all up to it for doing a video, but I know you guys have seen her in the video, and obviously I just wanted to mention for those that might be interested as to why she's not there anymore, or why she doesn't appear in it anymore. Well, basically we had to have her put to sleep, so she's not in any pain anymore. She's at peace, and hopefully with a little bit of luck she gets to where she's going and she can meet up with her old friend Jessie that we had to have put to sleep a fair few years ago, which was the reason why we got the last dog, which was Zeus, which you've all seen as well. He was to replace Jessie because JD got a little bit depressed and kind of lonely being on her own. So anyway, try lighten the mood a little bit. Tell you what we're going to get done today. Apologies that the video is a little bit late as yesterday. I normally tried to post on a Saturday morning, but as yesterday I was taken up with dealing with all that. We'll get back into a bit of a video and a bit of an update and let you know what I'm going to be doing this week. So I'll spin camera around. I have a few jobs I want to get done today, really. Remove the filter system from inside the mini pond, give that a clean out and reinstate, clean the windows on the mini pond, and then grab my coffee, and then I have a couple of issues on the big pond. Nothing major, nothing wrong. I'd like to get a few of these little dead leaves back and cut back, because the fish are tearing them to pieces, and it's only going to obviously end up in the filter system. So what to do? I've been putting in the antifungus. It's due its third treatment tomorrow. We've had two. The water quality is shocking. I mean, I've had no ultraviolet on now for 14 days. They've been tearing up these lilies a bit. Obviously you can see there's bits, the remainder of that flower that I don't think is going to open again. I'm hoping it might open up again today, but they look like they're coming to their end. Big lily there that needs to come out. Big one there that's coming out. Another one there. One there that they've already destroyed. Just to, you know, prevent it from settling on the bottom, fouling the water. Usual routine. Change the filter floss. Clean the filter system. Slight top up of the pond for a bit of evaporation. Because it's been a bit of a shit week. It's been a bit of a shit couple of weeks, guys. My dad's ended up in hospital with COVID, so obviously he's had 4 or 5 days in the hospital. We need to now make sure that, you know, we can help him out wherever he can, because obviously he's got to isolate. I need to go pick him up some food from our local koi dealers. He's running a little bit low, so at some point I'm going to do that. I'm going to go pick up some koi food for him, drop that off round it is. I'm thinking about taking a water sample with me, just to have the solidity tested, just to see how much salt I've actually got in my pond, and if it's a bit low then I'm going to be adding a batch of salt as well, providing that if they can give me some advice to make sure it's compatible to use with the NT Labs FMG. If it's okay, and after I've done a bit of research, that's the plan for the video today. As you can see, all the other guys, I mean, to be fair, for a simple homemade, apart from obviously the Bakki shower, but a simple homemade filter system, to say that that's had 14 days without no ultraviolet on, I think my filter system's done a pretty good job. That looks pretty clear to me. It's not perfect obviously, but I mean, you can see them all there right down at the bottom of the pond. You can see them all quite clearly still. Even some of the darker fish still quite stand out quite well for fish, but I'll grab a bit of food, we'll give them the breakfast, we'll let them have the breakfast, and then we'll start on a bit of work that needs to be done. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't disturb them too much. But I'll grab a bit of food, let you see them come up for the breakfast, and then we'll make a start on the rest of the video. Well, there we go. They're up, they're having the breakfast. I'll let them finish this off. Once they finish the breakfast off, I'll make a start on doing all the filter cleans, and then I'm not going to be disturbing them while they're eating. So I'll get right back to you. Right guys, so I'm going to get the filters cleaned on the mini pond, get all these sorted out. Basically, I'll show you just what we do. This is for the Flagden half moon pond, and it has a little built-in internal filter system. I'm going to take it out, rinse it off in some pond water, clean it all up, restate. Aquaforce sponge, medium sponge, and a fine, and then medium. Obviously, because this is submerged in the pond at all times, I'm not going to do what I would normally do with my media or mechanical media, which is jet wash it off, because it's obviously got the beneficial bacteria in there because it's constantly in the pond submerged. So rinse off in fresh pond water or pondoAir. Get all these clean and back in as quickly as I can. Get all the ceramic media just in little bags. And like I said, the reason for doing it this way is to make sure that I try to keep some of the beneficial bacteria alive within that. And then the media sponges again, same thing, rinsed off inside this pond water. The fine layer comes between a little plastic lid. Let's move that a little clean off. Clean up all the sponges then, same way. Just give these a quick rinse through just to get the bulk out, and then I'm going to get another bucket of water and give them another rinse through. But I'm not going to waste this water, give it to my plants. Give it a fresh rinse through again. pretty close look, and then we can get it back in. So there we've got the ultraviolet chamber is here, so the bulb attaches in the back, clamps in through that fitting there with a watertight seal. The dodgy camera light, so you can see it again. The ceramic medias go on the inside. Then we have the pump motor to the outside, which also has a small fountain here with an adjuster to the side there, so that you can have a fountain coming out the top here, which I don't particularly use. Looks like I've cut myself there. Well, never mind. A fountain here at the top, but I don't use it. So what I do is I just leave it partially on, so that they get a bit of circulation moving the water around. And then we have the LED light that you can, pivot, place, whatever you want. If you don't want the LED light to work, you simply cover it with this little rubber, like so, and it doesn't come on. But if you keep this clean, then the LED turns on when it turns night time. So that's basically it. I'm just going to pop and grab some beneficial bacteria. Just drop a couple of balls in there in both sides, and then we can get the lid cleaned off and the mechanical media back in. Be right back. So there we go, guys. Right, I'm just going to put in 5 on either side. Can't do any harm. I'm going to do some good. The framework, I can pump it. Then we have the fine goes in. Then we have the medium sponge. That'll be the last time I use that fine sponge in there. And then we have the coarse, which could do with a little bit more of a rinse off. I'll just give this lid a clean, pop you back on stand again, and then I'll pop it all back together, get it switched back on. Soft off or old scrubbing pan. And that's pretty much it. Switch it all back on and running. Right, I'll show you what I mean. There's the flow all coming through just to the the water fountain. So if I put my hand in here, there's a little lever at the side. I can then switch that over and get it coming back out of the waterfall. I have it coming out of there just for the extra water movement, so there's a bit more oxygen. So, wind is clean. Little koi there, the fancy goldfish. And as you can see, I mean, I know I've just disturbed that quite a bit there, but it doesn't make that much of a mess. The next thing we need to do is trim back these because it's growing like crazy. But I'm going to also get my grass cut today, so I'll get all those trimmed back when I do that at a later date. Get the pond topped back up. This is the only downside to it. The only downside there is, if you can see, sorry about the sound, some of the patterning has worn away with me cleaning it, but it is 3-year-old now, so it still looks nice. It does a nice little job for little fish. Clean the windows on the outside. And then a water top back up. Job done. So, that's one job done. I'll make a start on the next. Excuse me, make a start on the next and I'll get back to you. Zeus is a bit lost now. I don't really know what's going on. Seeing his mate go out for a walk and not come back, he's looking a bit and acting a bit suspicious, going around sniffing everywhere. Up. Oh no, boy. Not a bit same, will it, lad? Eh? Oh boy. But he is getting better now. He does seem to be coming through his infection and that he's had. Now we don't know whether or not he perhaps maybe caught something from the older dog that want to crack in, like you're saying. Yeah. But yeah, it's not going to be the same without the guys out here in your garden when they're always around, they're always tinkering around and, you know, about with you. Bit strange, isn't it, boy? Eh? Well, pardon. So, right, one other job to do, get grass cut. Once we've got grass cut, lily cut back, filters cleaned out, and then a trip to the koi shop. So I'll get back to you in a bit. There you go guys, trim back the plants, thinned them out a little bit. Pond's clearing up a bit now. Nice and clear on the inside. Another hour or so it'll be back to normal. Big pond. So cleaned all the filters, removed all the dying off lilies, and we're just going to give them a bit of food, and then I'm going to give you the bad news. So the bad news is I removed my netting as usual, cut back all the lilies, took the koi with the excess slime coat out to give it a salt bath, and whilst I got the netting up with all the little bits of lilies that were floating around, I decided I'd give it a bit of a vac out. I'm giving it a vac out. I don't know if I've stressed the fish which had the infection or not. I don't know what's happened guys, to be completely fair. One minute I'm backing up, the next minute it's floating up at the back corner over there. So I got the fish and I held it over the bubbler over there for about 15-20 minutes, and after that unfortunately it's died. But the fish was extremely skinny, lost a lot of weight and not doing good at all. It looked to be doing a lot better than what it actually was, but looks can be deceiving when you look at them in the water. Although they all look pretty well, sometimes when you get them out and you actually see them in your hand, I realised that the fish had lost a great deal of weight. So 2 weeks of treatment hasn't worked. We've lost the fish, and this has become an even shitter weekend. But the rest of the fish are feeding well, and well, I suppose there's no need for the treatment tomorrow now, as all the rest of the fish don't have any of that issue. Just the one koi that's got the excessive slime, but it's been that way for 12 months now, and I'm wondering if it is, as being described, is just carp pox and it's just got a bad case of it. I've done a partial water change and topped the pond all back up. And I guess for this week, that's pretty much it. Lilies are looking a little bit spacious now without all the leaves that I've removed. There's one or two there that they were a bit damaged since the spawning, but the fish are feeding well. And I think for now we'll leave the numbers as they are. I'm not going to buy any more fish to replace it. It's one less fish. I've just kind of gutted that. I don't know what's happened guys, I don't know whether it's something that I stressed it or spooked it or caught it with a vac or something like that, but I'm always careful when I'm trying to do that kind of thing. Or whether or not it's just pure coincidence. Looked like it was doing alright, but actually wasn't. So, anyway, whilst I did do the front garden pond, I also took out the little fry, and I've just measured that up, and he's pushing 10 centimetres. So when this is cleared up a little bit better, I'll see if I can bowl him up next time. I've waited all years for those flowers to actually bloom as well. They've opened up for a couple of days and already starting to die off. They've just been green sticks for months. Anyway, spin camera around. So guys, not the best of weekends for me and my family, and a disastrous weekend again for myself. I don't know what I could have done. I've tried everything. 2 weeks of treatment. Tomorrow would have been the 3rd week of treatment. Whereas there are no other fish with any infections or fungus growing in like that particular fish had, I'm going to leave it and see how they go. I've switched the UV back on. Done a partial water change again today, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have anything else spread to any other fish. So it's just going to be a case of excuse me a second, we'll have to just wait and see. So sorry about that. Yeah, so like I say, it's just going to have to be a case of we wait and see what happens. Water quality should get a little bit better now the UV's running. Done a full filter clean of my mechanical side of things. Added a little bit of beneficial bacteria. I've done the maintenance and the cleaning of the mini ponds filter system. Added some beneficial bacteria in there too. Guys, I'm a little bit deflated, to be fair. Kind of sickened that one, the loss of our dog. 15.5 years. It's hard to say goodbye to a family member. I mean, some people may not think of them as a family member, but when they've been with you for 15.5 years, to us, they surely are. To lose a fish that you've been trying to treat for the last 3 weeks is a bit of a kick in teeth when simply backing your pond out. My intentions were to give them both a salt bath, but I gave the first fish a salt bath, stuck it in, no problems. He's back in the pond, feeding, not a problem. Whether or not it'll do any good, I don't know. I have tried a salt bath with it before. It didn't seem to make a great deal of an improvement, but I'll have to try and wait and see. My intention was to give the second fish a salt bath, but we didn't even get to that stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick up a little couple of photos of my late past JD. Stick around if you want to see them. If you don't, then after this bit you're more than welcome to end the video at this. All I'm going to say for now, guys, is if you've enjoyed what you've seen, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Use a thumbs up, thumb down. You know, some days, guys, you win some days you lose. And unfortunately, this weekend it seems that I've got a real good kick in teeth. I've lost twice. So for now, what I will say as well is thanks very much to all the new subscribers who I've added, and thanks very much to all the subscribers who keep coming back, and thanks for anybody who subscribes in the future. Appreciated. It's not the best of videos, I appreciate it, but I am going to stick up a little photo shoot of JD from pup through to her last day with us. So till next time, guys, I'll see you all on the next one. Take care. See you soon. way. Come on, this way, Jay. So guys, from me, Zeus and JD, we'll catch you on the next one.